Hi everybody, it's Carol. Welcome back to my channel. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make these little flowers, and they are made from material. And I cut a bunch of fabric up in circles, and it depends, how big you make your circles, how big these flowers will be. I saw this on I saw this on one of the videos a few weeks ago, and I wanted to make them, and I finally got a chance to. When I started to make a couple, I just kept going and going, and I have quite a few here. And I've used all different kind of material. I have gingham check here, and I have some lacy material. Oh, this one here I staggered the check, the lace, the check, and the lace. So you can do whatever you want with them. And this is ribbon. So I made this with ribbon, and I have a little flower in the middle. So there's no sewing in here. The only gluing is whatever you put on the top, whether you put a button on there or a flower or something else. Any kind of like pearls, whatever you want to put in the front. And these are a bunch of them that I had made. And like I said, when I started to make them, they were going so quickly, and they're just so easy. And you can use them as toppers on the front of your journal, or you can use them inside the journal, depending how well, this one here like isn't too fat, and there's lace in here. These are, yeah, this is lace, and then I had a little flower daisy, and then I stuck a button in the middle, and I have, I used one of my circle punch, and I have cardstock there to hold it. But most of these that I made here, and I made quite a few here. The ones most of them that I made is, let me put these off to the side and I'll show you. So what I did was I have a bunch of circle material here. So I have the white lace, and then I have some black lace just to see what they would turn out. I haven't made any with the black lace. And then I have some cotton material. It's kind of like a very light pinky. And then I have this. I don't know how these are going to turn out because, like I said, I just started to make these. So I just cut a bunch of material in circles, and I thought I would come along and make some more just to show you how easy these are. And this is, I think these are little pieces of muslin or cotton. And then I have some yellow and white polka dots, and then I have some of these here, like a Hawaiian print. So let me make a few and show you how I did it. And I like the thin ones with only like 2 or 3 little pieces of material on here, because then they're not so bulky, and you can use them, in the journals on the page as a little topper, like a little cluster. So I have, is this 1 or 2? Looks like just 1 circle. Kind of, it almost looks like 2. But it's probably 1. Okay, so let me mix and match. I'm gonna put, okay, well, maybe I'll just do, and then, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do, oh, that really wouldn't look, that wouldn't be too cool. Okay, maybe I'll do 2 layers of the white and then the yellow and white polka dot. And what's so easy is you take the button and you put the, I have to think now because it's been a couple days that I made this. Okay, so the pretty side is going to be on top, and then you're going to gather this button and kind of fold it in the middle. Fold it in the middle of these circles. So you have to hold that. And then I have these little elastics. They're like little ponytail holders. And then you wrap it around the button and the material. That's it. I mean, you know, they're just so easy. And then you kind of fluff it around. So this one here is kind of big. And it is kind of puffing out because of the material. So I just kind of pull on it to, you know, if there's one side that's a little longer, I just kind of pull on the shorter side, and it's like a ponytail, you know, like when your ponytail is lopsided and you pull on the one side and then it straightens it out. And then what I do is, because it's not quite even, so you can always go around and make the circle a little bit better if you know, like I just want to, you know, cut this down a little bit on the side. Look how pretty that looks. And then I have little flowers. That's a pink flower. But I think what I'll do is I'll use I have these little pearls, flat back pearls, and I may just stick that right in the middle because, you know, it is white and we do have white polka dots on here. I think that'll be pretty. Now this is going to be pretty fluffy and big, so I would probably use this on the front of a journal. Oh boy, let me get this open because you can see how fluffy this hair one is. So this I would probably, if I was gonna, I think the next one, I'll just try one layer with the lace, one white. Because I think
I was about to touch it.
That's my granddaughter. Mommy's working, so she's gonna sit here with me today. Okay. Let's get that little bead in there. So I'm not going to do anything right now. Like, I think I'm going to cut this. Okay, I'm just going to let this, oh my gosh, I'm getting glue all over me. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And I'm probably going to clean up that, you know, make this a little smaller. I want to see how this here works. So what I may do is one white and one colored. This hair material is so pretty. Okay, so we'll do this. And I have so many of these little pink buttons, that's why I'm using these. And again, you put it in the middle of the material and just gather it around. Get your little elastic. And just wrap it around. So easy. Okay. Oh, this is a nice size. This is going to be pretty on a journal page. So I think it's a little too wide. You know, it depends on the size of the journal that I would put it in. You know, if it's and you can always fix it up before you put it in. Just going to move this off to the side. Push it all off there. Look how pretty. And then, oh, the pink bow is going to look, it's going to look nice in there. So I'm going to get some of this fabric glue. Stick it right there in the middle. Where's my little, what am I going to use to push that down with? Well, I guess I'll just use my finger. How pretty does that look? You know, or you can even put a button on there. There, now it's right in the middle. Okay, and I'm really curious to see how the black comes out. Maybe I'll use this and then a black, or maybe I'll put a little pink one and then the black. You know, you can make it as fat as you want, but then it'll be pretty fluffy. Okay. And then you get the, see how simple this is? I mean, it's so easy, and it doesn't take any time at all. And like I said, when I started doing those other ones, I saw it probably a couple of weeks ago. I saw it on one of the channels. I don't remember. I apologize. I don't know who had it, but I think if you would search fabric flowers, no sew, I'm sure a bunch of them are going to come up. I didn't search for it. It just came up and I thought, ooh, that looks pretty nice. And then I have these hair flowers. That I thought would be pretty. Oh, look how nice that one is. I like that. I like how that one turned out. Okay, let's do these hair material. I don't think they cut out too nice. I'm really liking the white lace. Keeping that on the bottom with something. And I also like them just trying to mix them up to see if I can just kind of make them a little different. Trying to mix and match the materials. But you know what? It's going to be hard because I have polka dots and little checks. This turned out nice. I like this one. I think I like the white lace underneath. These are just so easy. And I may just stick, I may want to stick a larger white button on that one. Let's see, I have my, that's a pretty big button. Let me get some black ones out. So I'm going to pull it on this side a little bit because it's so big on this side, but I'm going to just cut that back a little bit. You know, you do whatever catches your eye. Get this big white button on the front of it. Oh, that looks pretty. Okay, so I'll make a couple more because this is really not, it doesn't seem to be that, well, it's not that hard to make. And I'm wondering if, I'm just trying to see if I can mix and match. Maybe the gingham check underneath here. I don't think that looks bad at all. And this is very thin material, so let's see if you won't even be able to see that. So let me try the white lace again. And definitely I'm going to have to cut this one down. Let me use this button. So I have a whole container filled with these now. But it's something quick and easy to make for your journals or whatever you want to make it for. You can even use it for, you know, like the outside of an envelope on a card. I think these are two, it's just kind of gathering up toward the middle. Let me get this, cut down this lace on here. See, you have to sometimes play with this material to get it to lay flat, but I think if they're cut, these are cut on the small side, so I think that's what's making it gather up toward the front. So I'm thinking if there's something larger on the front that may hold it down a little bit. So let's see how this works with this flower. I have larger buttons, but they're black, and you're not going to be able to see it with because the material is so dark. Oh, this looks pretty. This one turned out really nice. You know, so if you have a birthday card or a card, you can even put this on the outside of the card. One of these toppers. So easy, right? Aren't these nice? Okay, let's do, maybe I'll just use up all my little white ones. And I'm thinking with the kind of material that I have right here, I'm thinking putting two together is best. You know, I guess it depends on, well, I'm sure it depends on the thickness of the fabric that you're using, whether you can go more layers. But this white lace I have is pretty thick. Well, it's not too thick, but it is thicker than some of this other material I have. Like this here colored material is it's so soft and it's floppy. I think it looks really pretty with the white lace underneath and the bow in the middle. Oh, that looks nice. So I don't think I'm going to make too many more of these right now because I have a whole container. I have a whole container filled with these, and I have 7 of them made. Let's try this here. Let me try a larger button and see how that will look. And it doesn't matter what color you have with these little elastics because you're not going to see them. Like I have orange and yellow and green, but you can't see them because it's on the bottom. And look how cool that looks. And you know, you can even use this I'm going to try that. The next one. Use it upside down and just put maybe a button on the top. Okay. Let's see what I can put over here. Maybe I'll put the white flower. A little white flower over there. You know, but first I'm going to cut down. You know, because these circles are not perfect circles that I cut out. And then when you put them together, after you fold them and put them together, you know, sometimes one side gets a little, so like this here is shorter and this one is a little longer over here. So I'm just going to trim this down a little bit. Oh, I'm out of view. So I just want to trim this down a little bit. So that looks a little better. I want to try to get them as balanced as I can. Get glue in the middle. And put this little white flower. It's white and green, and I think it looks really pretty on this material because it's white and green. I think it looks really nice. Now, I don't have any more white, so I'm going to use this here. And I'm really loving this material, and it's so fluffy. And I think what I'm going to do is use this button here, and then we'll see what it looks like if we do it backwards. You know, use the button on the back for the front, if you see what I mean. Let's see. So instead of using this for the topper, we'll turn it around. And you know what I probably should have done? Put this on the bottom, and that's what I'm going to do. All right, I'm not going to use this. I'm not going to do the backward one with this one. I'm going to put the pink flower, because I think the pink flower looks nice on the front of this material. And I'm just using this because this is what I have. You know, but you can use different material and use whatever you have for the middle. Okay, so I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use this. Now let's see. I'm going to put the button this way, or you can't even see this material. I need something bigger than this, I think. And I used up all my whites. I don't know that this is gonna look pretty. Let's see, do I have any more of, all right, I'm gonna do this and this. I think that's nice. And I am going to, I have to think about this now and see, okay, this here. Because we're gonna do this backwards, right? I'm gonna see how it turns out this way. Okay, let's see. Let's unfluff it. Well, I think I have the wrong material here. So this is not a very good demonstration. It's still usable. And let's see if I'm just going to try and trim this up. I'm just going to glue it to the bottom. You know, it would be pretty is have the lace on the bottom here, but I used up all my lace. But here, look what I'm going to do. Here's a black lace. So I'll put the black lace on the bottom. That may be a little bit better. A whole lot better. So I'm going to glue this down. Okay. I have an idea. So I'm going to glue the black lace on here. And then I will put the black button just so that it's something to hold it firmly. Oh my gosh. All right, so I have to trim, I'm going to trim this up a little bit. So here's another option. I'm making it more difficult than what it is. But I'm really liking the black lace. Okay, so I don't know what it would look like with a flower on there because it's sticking up. So I don't think you really need to put anything on there because you can see the little button up here. And you have the layer of black lace underneath it. I think it's looking good. Okay, so you know, this is it. I just wanted to come on here and show you some of these easy flowers. And you can use them on the inside of the journals and on the outside. And these are very, very, you know, I like using the two because they're flat. They're not very fluffy. And I think they're going to look nice as, you know, a cluster inside the journals. And something like this, how fluffy it is, I would use on the outside of a journal as a topper. And also, you know, like on a card, I would definitely do this. Use these, you know, put them on the outside of a card just for something to make it look a little special and pretty. And I'm really liking the, I love the white lace with the black and then the little pink bow on here. And the one upside down, or the backwards, however you want to look at it, I like it, but I think I like these better. I like it better doing it this way. So you have the button on the back, you know, with the material, and that would glue down onto however you're going to use it. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you like this little idea. It's not my idea, you know, it just came up for me, and I thought it was pretty cool to try and, you know, to try this, and I love the way they turned out. I think they're so pretty, and these are some that I had made, and this is very thin material. So there's 4 layers on here, but it is pretty thin. Like it's not, you know, like a fluffy flat bow, or, you know, it's not very fluffy. It's more on the flat side, and I would use these, you know, on the inside of the pages. And I really love these. This is just all lace. So anyway, there you go. There you have it. And thank you so much for joining me, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.